We want to see you guys out at the racetrack, but if you can't make it, we appreciate you tuning in to EagleRaceway.tv. It's like the third time I've made that mistake.
I mean, Advantage Racing TV still does broadcast IMCA TV, so you're not wrong.
I mean, it's all three. I could try, but Clint Benson's on that loud pedal. He's going to get a big start.
Clint Benson jumping out to the early lead. Mike Boston in second. He's the only one rocking the top side. He'll time it off before, get a good run. Chase Weiler in third. The 1B, Brandon Horton. Your fourth and final transfer spot. Hausman Jr. outside looking in.
Shaylee Bade not making the call. So that moved Mike Boston up to the outside pole position. He currently runs in second. Chase Weiler a little bit slow on the exit of turn number 2. That allowed Brandon Horton to close in.
Jay Russell and Mike Hausman Jr. trying to run down Brandon Horton right now. That's your fourth and final transfer, but here comes Horton now to the outside of Weiler.
Big run for Jay Russell down the backstretch. He tries to move to the inside of Mike Hausman. Wasn't able to get it done. Now he goes back at it again.
Clint Benson, sorry about that, Dan. Clint Benson has absolutely checked out on the field. Mike Boston at second, but it's anyone's guess for the final transfer. Weiler with company. Here comes Jay Russell to the outside.
Jay Russell, a feature winner last year at Eagle Raceway, looking to make it into the A feature tonight. He's in the final transfer. He's in the hunt, looking for more. He's got the 1B of Brandon Horton in his sights.
Tell you what, Brandon Horton has found something on the top side of the speedway. He was hanging back in fourth, advanced to third. Now here comes Russell. 3 cars battling for second. Boston's got company.
Jay Russell pulls a slide job on Brandon Horton, gets it done. Russell now goes to the high side. He gets a big run. Jay Russell up into that second spot. Mike Boston back to third. Brandon Horton, fourth and final transfer.
Mike Hausman Jr. has moved up to fifth. He's gotten around Chase Weiler. Hausman Jr. outside looking in. Boston off the pace a little bit. Hausman Jr. closing on the 51.
White flag is out. Final time for Clint Benson, Jay Russell, Brandon Horton, Mike Boston. Hausman gets by Boston for the final transfer spot. Checkered flag is out.
Benson with the win, Russell second. It'll be Horton and Hausman Jr. Problems on Boston, tough break for him, and how about Hausman Jr. to race it in on the final lap? Picking up the B feature win, the 100 of Clint Benson.
Eagle Raceway, they're gonna come out of turn number 4. Find your favorite driver, give them a wave. This is your Twin Rivers Parade Lap. And those of you maybe watching on EagleRaceway.tv, we'll see if we can get one of the camera guys to get a zoom in as the tow crew takes the 3W of Cole Wayman off like a forklift. Ryan, here we go. 25 big laps. Jackson and Vanderheiden. Green flag is out.
Jackson goes to the bottom of 1 and 2. Look at Galusha, 3 wide, and Vanderheiden's going to grab the lead early. Vanderheiden on the bottom side in 3 and 4, and he will lead lap number 1.
Up to third is the 91 of Adam Golian. His teammate The 2E of Jake Galusha gets a big run down the backstretch. Side by side with Vander Heiden. Coltrane back to second.
Look at the 57, Mitchell Moore. He started outside row 4 up to second. Here comes Golian to the outside, the 91 up to third. Vander Heiden back to his inside.
Jake Galusha, Mitchell, Golian, Vander Heiden, Jackson, Nicolite, and Snyder. Trouble for the 4X of Jason Danley.
Man, it has been a rough start to the year for Jason Danley. Didn't quite see what led to the contact, but his right rear pinned to the outside guardrail, and I think he might have a right rear shock and tire down on the 4X. Your defending track champion have a rough start the first 2 nights.
Three laps down, 22 to go. Galusha, Mitchell, Golian, top 3. Green flag is back out.
And it'll be Galusha working the middle line off of turn 2. Mitchell Moore and Adam Golian, the top 3 have left. Meanwhile, here comes Superman. Put his cape on for this feature, working the high line in 3 of 4, trying to get around Vander Heiden.
He's got it into turn 1, still working that high side in 1 and 2. Big run for Superman. Top 3 have broken away. Galusha, Moore, and Golian.
Here comes Moore right to the back tail tank of Galusha's. They come off of 2. Galusha, 2-car length lead. Moore, Golian, top 3 pulled away. Superman trying to run him down. Vander Heiden in 5th. Meanwhile, Trevor Grosenbacher making his way through the pack. Look at the 35 right to the back tail tank of Nicolite.
Snyder bobbles a little bit and enter into turn 1. Doesn't lose any positions though. That was 4th. Vander Heiden 5th. Grosenbacher gets a big run out of turn 4. 2 cars get together on the front stretch. The 11, oh no! Right in front of the field, everybody! Oh my God.
You see Toby Chapman waving like, no, 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 no.
I think Toby Chapman's taking a big breath right now. Just like me. Oh my God.
I was hugging at my bald spot, top of my head. Yep.
Decided to come back and focus on racing for another year. We'll see what life does next year, but for tonight, he's got 19 laps to get around 2 fast cars.
Jake Galusha will lead him into 1 and 2. He'll work the top line. Golian down low. Mitchell Moore pulls away. Here comes Stu Snyder to the back tail tank. Moore goes to the extreme high line of 3 of 4, but Galusha too strong down low.
Galusha takes the field into turn 1, holding on to that race lead. Snyder looks underneath Golian, not able to make it stick. Golian holds on to 3rd, Snyder in 4th. Vander Heiden, very respectable top 5 so far tonight, but Joey Danley gets by Danny Nicolite for the 6th spot.
Yeah, looks like Joey Danley definitely no issues after the contact, and he is hunting down Vander Heiden. Good racing. Here comes Grosenbacher to the outside of Nicolite as well, deeper in the field.
16 laps left to go. Mitchell Moore looks underneath Galusha. They touch wheels. Moore gives him the old 8 tires better than 4 treatment. Mitchell Moore is taking the race lead away. Galusha's going to fight back.
Wow, another pucker factor moment with those 2 as well. Moore ripping the lip, trying to pull away from Galusha, but Galusha starting to reel him back in. You've got a race for the lead. Eagle Raceway in 3 and 4, but Moore shuts the door.
Moore slams the door shut. Galusha has to lift and not make contact. He'll gather that back up again. Battle for the 3rd spot. This has been going on for a couple of laps. Keep an eye on the 91 and the 5. Now Joey Danley sticking his hat in the ring. Throws a slide job on Stu Snyder. Snyder crosses over.
Excellent racing and lap traffic will come into play. Mitchell Moore putting a lap car down. That's Derek Krall, the first car to go a lap. He'll go to the top side in 3 and 4 and put Doug Lovegrove down a lap.
Joey Danley now starting to pull in on the 91 of Adam Golian. Can Danley find his way around the bowl? Big run down underneath, down the backstretch. Joey Danley's got that spot.
Joey Danley on the move. The 14 machine starting 11th. And he is one of the fastest cars on the speedway, starting to run down Galusha.
The battle for Stu Snyder and Adam Goey is still going on. How about Joey Danley now looking underneath for second?
Top 3 cars are all going to be clustered together. Heavy lap traffic in front of Moore. Meanwhile, here goes Danley up to second. Contact between your leader and a lap car. Danley running him down.
Joey Danley is reeling in Mitchell Moore, but he's got nowhere to go. Lap traffic all over the racetrack. Galusha's going to fight back, trying to get third away.
Could we have an instant classic here at America's home track? 8 to go for Moore. Still more lap traffic in front of him. Danley, Galusha trying to keep pace. Goliev and Snyder also going at it.
Danley gets that run he likes down the backstretch. Now he's got cars to his outside, cars to his inside. Splits him just fine. There he is. Battle for the race lead is back on.
Hausman Jr., the next one to go, a lap down. Pike in front of Moore as well. Here goes the run for Danley. Your race for the lead. Slide jump in 3 and 4. New leader, Joey Danley.
Joey Danley's taking the race lead with 6 laps left to go. Can Moore battle back? Moore seems to be having a little bit of trouble at the exit of turn number 2. Danley fights away. 5 laps left to go. Joey Danley, Mitchell Moore, Jake Galusha, and Stu Snyder. That's your top 4 with Adam Golian in 5th. But Trevor Grossenbacher is right there on Golian's bumper.
4 to go for Joey Danley. Joey picked up 4 feature wins a season ago, trying to pick up win number 1 of 2022. And he is starting to put on him late in this one. 3 to go this time by.
Three laps left to go. Joey Danley is showing that he is back. Nate Weiler pulls off the racetrack.
Joey Danley has lapped up to the 10th position. Now about to put Josh Riggins down a lap. He is in 9th place. So Danley on a tear. We are down to the white flag lap one more time around. Meanwhile, Stu Snyder looking to the inside of Galusha, 3 and 4.
Stu Snyder wants that 3rd spot away. Out of turn 4, not able to hold on to it. White flag. Here we go, Eagle Raceway. For the final time in turns 3 and 4, Joey Danley gets the win in 2022.
Mitchell Moore in 2nd. It'll be Jake Galusha barely beating Stu Snyder at the line. Snyder finishes 4th, and it'll be, I believe, Grossenbacher rounding out your top 5. Slicing and dicing between lap traffic, and how about it, Eagle Raceway? 4 wins a season ago, picks up his first of 2022, the 14, Joey Danley.
Joey, it's a rare one when we can get down here and talk before Jason comes and throws water on everybody. Gotta feel pretty darn good to pick up a victory on Mother's Day weekend. I know Mom plays a big part in this team.
Yeah, I'm still trying to catch my breath after that one. That was probably the most elbows up track I've ever been on, but maybe I'm a little good at them. I don't know. I really came on there the second half, and it was a great race.
Cowboy Up racetrack, lap traffic. Run us through that last pass.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I was just out there hanging on and trying to make consistent laps, and lap traffic must have really screwed up the 57 because it really allowed me to catch him. And then when I got to him, they were still messing with him, and I was able to sneak by.
Excellent run, man. Run us through some of the sponsors and support on this 14 machine that gets you back in victory lane.
Well, first off, I better thank my wife and my mom and my grandma and everyone, all the mothers who support me. It's your weekend, not mine, so that's pretty cool to get a win for all of them. Otherwise, it's Empire Fence, The Wave, My Salesman, Onyx Digital Group, Automotive Services, and Nissan Hardwood Floors.
Hey, any of those other winners tonight, make sure you take a note. He let the moms get the love first. Eagle Raceway, make some noise for him one more time in your RaceSaver Sprint Cars, Joey Danley. Holy cow, Mitchell Moore. Everybody I've talked to tonight is tired out after that one. You can kind of see it in your face. run us through that feature. Cowboy up the whole way around. Lap traffic, a lot of times it can be your best friend and your worst enemy.
Yeah, I mean, they gave me a really good car. Jay Bogue and Sean Lose and Ray Royal. I mean, I should have won that thing. I just made some stupid decisions in lap traffic, and I just gave it away. So I'm like, man, I'm going to be kicking myself for this until I get a chance to come back and try to do it again. But, man, that track was rough. I mean, I was kind of scared to go to the bottom in 1 and 2 because just looking at it, I was like, man, that looks scary. And I went down there to get the lead, and I bounced. And I need to apologize to him. I made contact. I don't know what happened. I just drove it down in the corner and bounced, and then we hit. And I'm glad he was okay because I just came out with the lead, and then I was pretty happy for a moment. We got lap traffic. It's like, man, I just gave it away. Like, dang.
Either way you look at it, excellent run. Battle of attrition. Eagle Raceway, make some noise for Mitchell Moore. There he is, your third place runner in tonight's Twin Rivers RaceSaver Sprint Car Feature. Jake Galusha, I believe this is the first time I'm talking to you on the front stretch here at Eagle Raceway. It's got to feel pretty good. I know everybody's gunning for that #1 spot, but the tech pad, that ain't bad.
No, definitely. We had a really good car early on. Hit a few holes and kind of knocked me out of the way a little bit. Have fun racing with the guys up front. You know, it's a really good time. I've watched these guys for a long time racing. Before we get done here, I want to thank all my guys, Adam Gully and his wife, everybody on the car, Midwest Petroleum, BR Speedway. We got a great group of guys, and everybody helps us out. I'd also like to thank my wife. Happy Mother's Day. She lets me spend a lot of time at the race shop when I probably should be at home raising my kids. So.
Hey, you're doing a great job with this interview thing. I'm sure we're going to see you back here again and earning them mom points too. Eagle Raceway, give it up for Jake Galusha. Didn't recognize you in the new suit. Eagle Raceway's RaceSaver 4th place runner tonight after picking up a win over at Crawford County Speedway last night. Stu, I know you're always gunning for the #1 spot, but you had a heck of a run out there in that 5 machine tonight.
Yeah, for sure. I got to thank, Roger for putting in all the hard work he did this week with the rain and everything. And obviously the track was a little rough, but hey, we got to have fun. We got to get elbows up, give these fans a hell of a show, and all these mothers got a little bit something to talk about tomorrow over Mother's Day dinner.
All right. Run us through some sponsors and support so I can think of something to tell the other guys about, reminding them to, thank their moms and whatnot.
Yeah, for sure. No, KRL Motorsports, they give me a hell of a car to drive every week, and the crew that's behind me, Bots, Brandon, my wife, Allie, I know I'm probably forgetting somebody. Myers Racing Engines, Hosby Power, they bought us a new suit for this year. We got another one on the way for Tailored Computers. It should be here soon, I don't know. There's probably a shortage on fabric, but Myers Racing Engines, Momentum Shocks, Kaiser Wheels, K&E Trucking, and Mr. Yards and More, and just everybody else during the week that helps get this thing ready to go, and we can't thank them enough.
Excellent run tonight. We'll see you back out here next week. Stu Snyder.